So Star Wars The Acolytes trailer has just dropped. We're going to get on into that today, and we're going to see, is this going to be a show that's actually going to be pretty good, like the first season of Mandalorian, or is it going to be like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka that's either somewhat good or just downright disasters? Now, I have some apprehensions for the show already, and that's for the person who's running it, but before we get into that, let's just go over the entire show itself, and then we can get into why I have some apprehensions for it. And then you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong at the end. So without any further ado, let's just get on into it.
Close your eyes.
So we got some younglings here.
Your eyes can deceive you.
Kind of sounds like a Master Qui-Gon Jinn Yoda figure
We
that's
must
going
not
on. So,
trust them.
yeah. So hooded figure
Tell
walking
me
in purple
what
clothes.
comes into your mind.
Like the environment, the sets are great looking.
Balance. I see fire.
Jedi in hiding in plain sight. She's hiding some kind of assassin, maybe Mandalorian. It doesn't really have all the armor for it. Well, I guess that's the Acolyte that we see here.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Oh, Chewbacca
What
or
happened?
some kind of
I
witchy there.
sensed darkness.
He was doing my trick. Does she use any force powers? I'm not quite sure why that guy was using the force powers to open the door when it's just
This isn't
automatically
about
opening
good or
for
bad.
her. Oh yeah, this is Star Wars. There is good or bad,
This is
my
about
lady.
power. And
Oh,
who
you're
is
not wrong
allowed to
there.
use it?
What is that?
Okay, that's cool. I got that's cool. That reminds me of some Star Wars games back when I was a kid. I don't remember the Sith having that powerful of Sith back in the old days, but maybe they did. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I'm not a huge hope for this show. Not really a whole lot happened here. I was expecting a little bit more juice. We got to see some younglings back in the early days of the Republic, which is cool to see them doing some training, which is okay. I like to see that fight that was going on there. Looked somewhat interesting. That was just a lady hiding in plain sight. Yeah, that looked okay. I don't know if it's going to be great. It just went by quick. Wasn't really all that focused on the fight too much. Yeah, it's okay. I could really take or leave it at this point. I would prefer if we had a little more of a Sith-like outfit, kind of like Darth Maul. Like maybe if you gave her like some more black wraps, just so that we could have that visualization. Like, oh, if you saw the Phantom Menace and you compare Maul's outfit to what she's wearing, so we can have that parallel just to us, the audience. Like, okay, this is obviously a Sith here, but he's hiding, and the Jedi wouldn't recognize it. But we, as the viewers, we do because we already saw Darth Maul dress up like this. Would have been at least a bit better indication for us, because as far as I can tell, this just looks like generic bounty hunter assassin number 1 or number 4. So nothing really all that stand out about her, which is fine, because this is about the Sith being in hiding in the golden age of the Republic. But at least for the viewer, give us something a little more. Like, you could have given us maybe a little bit of yellow eyes here, just to give us like, oh, she's touched the dark side, she's going a little bit darker here. Instead, we just have her normal eye color, which is fine. Very pretty girl, but yeah. Then we have her coming in here to assassinate somebody. You know, one thing I would like to see in this trailer is if she was having a conversation with her master, and her master was scolding her for killing the Jedi. Like, hey, we're supposed to be keeping a little profile right now. We're still building up our strength. She's like, I know, my apologies, master, but these Jedi were just so weak, arrogantly flaunting their powers. I just wanted to test my abilities against them. And we could have a little back and forth with the master of him being like, patience. We will soon have our revenge, but now is not the time. We must still gather more powers, more resources if we wish to destroy our enemies. Because right now, the rule of two is in place for the Sith. Now, for those of you who don't know what the rule of two is, the rule of two is a law created by Darth Bane back in the last Sith Wars. Now, in that Sith Wars, the Sith were pretty weak at that standpoint. They were getting hammered by the Jedi pretty hard, and it looked like they're going to lose the war. Just from my general knowledge of what I know at that time frame. I'm not a massive Star Wars nerd. Star Wars Theory or Eckhart's Ladder, one of those two YouTubers would be far better at giving you the actual details of that era. But from what I know is Cad Bane ended up destroying the entire Sith, taking their resources, going underground in order to rebuild the Sith into a stronger, more fierce foe. And the Jedi thought that they'd killed them all and that they didn't have to worry about anything, which eventually led into their decadence and arrogance and ultimately their downfall in episode 3 of the prequel series. Now, what we should really be seeing here is the Padawan going too far and the Master correcting her and the Jedi's becoming aware and start hunting them down and them slowly getting eliminated, but not by a Sith, but maybe by a group of bounty hunters that the Sith have hired. And that way, when the Jedi Strike Force gets killed, all the blame can be put on some bounty hunters and not on the Sith, so they can just slip away. Because right now, the Jedi should have no indicators that there's still Sith out in the galaxy. Yes, the Jedis are always hunting, but they never really put a lot of effort into finding the Sith. They put some effort into it, but after some time, they just start becoming lax and not really paying that much attention to what was going on. And that's kind of what we have going on here. One more criticism I really have is just her whole conversation about this isn't about power. This isn't about good or bad. This is about power. She's not wrong about making that statement, but at the same time, this is about revenge. Like, we should have seen that. Like, this is about taking what's rightfully ours. This is about destroying the Jedi. We should have seen that instead of just like this is about power and all that. Like, yes, power is important, and the Sith want power, but for the Sith, it's more about revenge and taking back what was theirs and dealing it back tenfold to the Jedi. That's really what's at the core of the matter right here, and that should be what's driving the majority of their actions. Because revenge is a very negative emotion, and the Sith thrive on that negative emotion. Not just power, but the revenge, the hunger for just destroying or getting back at somebody. That should be what was displayed in here. And right now, I don't really see all that much personality in this show. It just looks generic. If I was to give it a rating right now, I would give it a 5 for meh. Like, I didn't see anything that I liked, really. I didn't see anything that I hate either. It's just, but maybe that's just me. You guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Was this actually a really great trailer? Does it have you hyped again for Star Wars? If it does, let me know down in the comment section down below, because I could use a little bit of hopium for Star Wars, because I'm running on fumes right now. I've thrown up my hands. I don't really care about Star Wars. I'm just covering this out of love for the OG and the prequel series and the Star Wars The Clone Wars show. But you guys let me know. Is this something that I should really be hoping for? Is this going to rebuild the fan base and bring us all back together? Or is it just going to be another meh? Leave your thoughts down below. Leave a like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.